everyone, it's WendyMichelle Thompson, and it's another Get Ready With Me video. I honestly did not think that I would even do anything like this. We'll see how it goes. It may end up on the chopping block and never be seen, but several of you guys requested me to do some like normal things, like when I'm out and about grocery shopping or coloring my hair, and I'm like, why would anybody be interested in watching me do that? But for those of you who asked, I will do it for you. There'll probably be just 2 people that watches it, but hey, that's okay. So of course I've got to get rid of the old color first. And I'm going to be honest, I have never done this before. I've always just let some kind of color just fade away, or, you know, have it cut out or whatnot. I've never tried to get pre-existing color out and then redo with another color. So this is a learning experience for me. I didn't know if you would need to do a whole re-bleach. I'm thinking, oh gosh, my hair really needs to be trimmed after doing that last bleaching process. But it got to the point to where it just didn't seem like we could get out. Every time there was a free day, it was pouring down raining, we didn't want to go out. I did go ahead and color Zoe's hair last night, but she just wanted hers a dark brown, and it looks absolutely beautiful on her. So we'll show you that later. I will not bore you guys with the long details of this. We'll just do little highlight clips. It's probably going to end up being more like a blooper video. I'm going to show you what I got going on here. I always color my hair wearing this tie-dye shirt that I made, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Zoe and I really got into tie-dyeing, and we made so many shirts, pillowcases, and different things for people that we love, and we just did it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so when I color my hair, I put on one of these shirts, and it doesn't matter if extra colors get added in, it just adds to the coolness of it. So yeah, so with this kit that I found, I was pleased to see that no, you don't have to do a whole re-bleach. It's like a color prep thing. There was only 1 box of it in Walmart. It says fresh hair color starts here. And by the way, no, they are not sponsoring me. But hey guys, if you want to sponsor me, just call me. All right. But anyways, it says rinse away dull hair color buildup. Advanced formula prepares your hair for truer color results. No more color over color, which, like I said, I've never done that before. Switch hair color shades easily, safe and gentle to use every time you recolor your hair. No bleach, no ammonia. And yeah, I was like, well, we'll try it. Why not? There was only 1 box, so I grabbed it. But if anybody has ever colored their hair at home, you know what kind of gloves it comes with. It only comes with 1 set, and they're like this, like an orangutan, huge, giant monster type person. These things do not stay on. They slip off. The color gets all up inside of it and everything. And I did have like a professional cape over Zoe earlier, but I washed it and cleaned it really good. It's still wet. So I put on my tie-dye shirt. I've got this old towel that my father-in-law uses outside in the garage. And I had just washed it the other day. And I went ahead and I've got my gloves on. I always double glove because it seems to be necessary to double glove. You never know what kind of mess you're going to have. So you have to start with this first. And you just apply it to the color parts, which will be interesting. So I've got all kinds of clips and different things. I really do need to cover up this chair. I don't want anything on it. I will be right back. Voila. And that does help protect the floor, protect your chair, and anything around you. So yeah, it says the first thing you do is get all the tangles out of your hair. I tried to do that a while ago. So, yep, there was one gnarly one. I took off all my rings earlier before I did Zoe's hair. Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting because I had purposely left, like I told you guys, my natural brown in certain areas because I just didn't necessarily want a head full of different colored hair. I like having the mixture of my own hair color in there. But I have a feeling this is going to be a lot trickier. So, oh yeah. And, you know, you mix the color prep with the, I guess it's the, what starts, I don't know what it's called. You hair people tell me. But anyways, you have to cut the tip of it off. I got my trash can over here to the side. And I always make the hole a little bit bigger because it never really wants to come out of that little tiny hole. But you have to be careful that you don't make it too big or it just goes everywhere. But you put bottle number 1 into bottle number 2. And once you get started, you got to use it. You got to get the process going. So we recap the empty bottle of number 1, put in the trash, put this on. And yeah, if you don't go ahead and take the top of this off, it can combust. Some crazy stuff. Oh, it's just going nuts everywhere. It's going on my black yoga pants. Whoa, do not want color coming out of my yoga pants. Where are the baby wipes when you need them? Now, obviously, Zoe's 11. I haven't had a baby. Oh gosh, it's taking the color out already. No! I love these black yoga pants. Okay, it looks like I need to put a towel or something around my pants too. Yikes. Alright. But when you get it all in there, they say to cap your head. This is what they call a cap. Seriously, guys, when I pulled it out, I'm like, what the heck? I finally figured out how to open it. Of course, I'm not going to be able to open it these gloves on. It's just like this. And I suppose you're doing this type of thing or whatever. Yeah, right. That's probably what's going to partly go in my lap, along with some of this extra black material here, which I will put and clip in place. I have tons of these things. Alrighty, it is hot today, so I really cannot prevent you guys from hearing traffic outside. I am plugged up to my Rode microphone, so at least my voice is clear for you. And looky there, I've got like a couple different backdrops going on. That one still doesn't have the wrinkles out of it. It's been hanging for about a week now. But anyways, so yeah, let's see. Going back to getting tangles out. And sectioning it off. Yeah, sort of scary here, guys. It turns out crazy. Oh well, we gotta live with it, right? But that's okay. It's summertime. Literally, Zoe has 7 school days left. I am so excited. I am ready for this school year to be wrapped up. And I am going to end up, I had bought a couple of these caps a few years back. You know, like Granny would wear, you know, over her rollers or whatever at bedtime. It's plastic, you can wash it. This is actually the one that I used on Zoe. I washed it and dried it. It's just the cape. Didn't dry out yet. And I've got an extra one. I even have a purple one. So, with all my crazy hair, should have it covered. So, like I said, we'll just give you clips and highlights from here and there as I go along the process. This is not going to be easy because, yeah, as you can see, everything is just sort of blended together at this point. But this is just to get that what turned out being green to come out. Oh yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I can see already. So, when I get this part saturated, I'll pop the video back on for you. Sound good? Love you guys. Pray for me. Okay guys, I am back. That was not easy, especially with it being in sections of my hair. But remember how I said it was saying on the sheet of paper to make sure the hair is completely detangled? There's a reason why. And I did have it all brushed out, but the more you put that stuff in and try to work through, and it says to try to quickly work it through, and then you only keep it on for 20 minutes before you're shampooing it and conditioning it out. I mean, it is just like matting up like crazy, like I was getting instant dreads. So anyways, it's pretty well saturated. I can see where some of it's disappearing and whatnot. Who knows? But I just have a few minutes left, and I think I just ended up pulling the yoga pants off. I did not want to destroy them, you know, brand new. So, yeah, I got about 5 minutes left. I'll be getting in the shower, shampooing this out, putting conditioner on it, and then I guess I need to see if I've got to start with dry hair to do the color, or if it can be done wet. It probably has to be dried. I have no idea. But the tangling was insane, and I couldn't find my big tooth combs. I had them out earlier for Zoe, and I'm just like, where are they? Where are they? And here I am using something like this, and it's just like, yeah, you can see like some of my hair right there, just pulling hair out. Insane. Whew, I hope this goes okay. So that's the update for now, and I'll be back after the shampoo and conditioner, see what the condition of my hair is, and see what I've got to do before the coloring process begins. Yikes. Well, hey guys, I am back for installment 3. So after having that stuff in my hair to try to take out as much of the old color as possible before I recolor it again, which, by the way, will be this metallic blue here. Got to be head turning, selfie ready with metallics. It is called, it's a permanent color. It's called Blue Mercury. And actually, the very first time we colored Zoe's hair, we did a very similar blue. It was called something else and by Splat. And it turned out really pretty on her. But I saw this and I thought, well, that'll be a good transition. Now, I'm going to tell you, I put that stuff on and I knew it wasn't going to take all of it out. As you can see, there's still a good bit, but it did end up lightening the hair that was the natural brown, and it's got this orange look to it. Really, it's the light, I think, that's making it look orange. When I just look at it in the mirror, it just looks like a golden brown. But yeah, when I pull it up in front of the light, it looks orange. And then, of course, you know, there's still the roots, because I did not bleach the roots. But, so I've got all kinds of, got still some color here. This is almost like blonde white. Depending on the light, you've got orange or golden brown. My hair has always been very, very complicated. Believe it or not, I was born with a head full of black, curly, long hair. And all my kids, all 4 of them, were born with head fulls of hair too. Jarrett had black hair, ton of it, and he was an August baby, so I mean it was like really hot on the back of his neck. I had to trim it a little bit, but you know, it is just so cute when you see babies born with all kinds of hair. So you know, I wasn't gonna take much length off of it or anything. And then Noah had very dark hair too. Wasn't black, but you know, it's like a very dark brown. Grace had black curly hair, you know, just like I did, and tons of it. I mean, tons of it. And then Zoe, she came from my second marriage. So a little bit of extra, or I should say different DNA mixed in. She had like chestnut brown hair, but by the time she was about 6 months old, it was blonde. And her siblings from, you know, his side of the family had been like that too, except for her older half brother, and he had red hair, you know, like his mom. But anyways, but there's not much blonde left of her hair anymore, and neither is there with her older siblings on that side. But yeah, mine lightened up and was like a brown color. It wasn't a mousy brown. I mean, in the summertime, I'd get natural blonde highlights in it. What my hair reminds me of right now, with this green that's left over, is what our parents never wanted us to have when I was growing up. You can tell it's completely different generations, because if you had colored hair or just blonde hair in general, all mothers were just obsessed with, you know, oh no, all that chlorine in that pool is going to turn your hair green. And it would, you know, and it would just be such an embarrassment, you know, if you had that chlorine green hair. Now people purposely make their hair green. I mean, so, you know, I can deal with this. But say if it was the 70s or whatever, yeah, I can hear my mom now. Yeah, I told you your hair was just going to get green from swimming in the pool. But this just cracks me up. It really is. Yeah, with this soft light. Now, on this side, I don't have the other one turned on. So, where it's not as, doesn't look as much like it. But that's what we got. Now, it does say that I can go ahead and color it, but I'm going to be gentle with my hair because of the way it ratted up and all that when that hair color dye remover was in my hair, and it just felt weird. I couldn't wait to get it out. Usually, a lot of times when I'm coloring my hair, I'll leave it in longer. I've left it in as long as 2 hours more, you know, and never worried about it. And I'm just thinking, well, it'll just be more pronounced. And typically when I do color it, it takes about 3 weeks of just regular shampoos and washings before it's the color that I was hoping to get to begin with. Doesn't matter. But with this, it being a bleaching agent, even though there wasn't actual bleach in it, and the way it tangled all up, and my hair, it still just has, now I had to just really put a lot of conditioner on it. I have to do that regardless, or I cannot get a comb through it. And so when I saw it doing that crazy stuff, I'm like, It says 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and get in the shower. It said just rinse it out. I was like, oh no. It's getting shampooed, and I just let the conditioner sit on it. And I was planning on going ahead and doing my Kinsey demonstration that I've been wanting to do for so long. And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna put the focus on this hair, and the Kinsey demonstration can wait. That's been a story in itself, but it's been a good story. You know, I'm excited to share the results that I've had with Kinsey. Again, no, I'm not being paid by them, not being sponsored. I like buying the product myself, checking it out myself as a customer, and that's why I have turned down 3 brand deals. Now, as a new YouTuber, you want to be monetizing as quickly as possible. And since my niche is one of those that's sort of hard to grow, I mean, you really do want to monetize, but I have been very careful, and I said no to each one. I went ahead, and I see people, YouTubers, advertising these products all the time. This is brought to you by La 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 La, and I go ahead and buy the product as a customer, use it as a customer would. They don't recognize me. They don't know I'm the person that they offered the deal to, and I see how they treat me, thinking I'm just a general customer. I want to know, okay, if something goes wrong with the product, if it has a defect, are they going to take care of it? Are they going to refund my money? Whatever the situation may be. Oh, and these 3 were ones that I see all the time. And number one, the customer service was absolutely horrible. I actually have a huge horror story for one that I see all the time. And I am so glad that I did it as a customer, but I'm taking them to the Better Business Bureau and working through things like that. They were like overcharging me and trying to like send extra stuff, and they weren't even sending me the colors for my face. I'll just say it's a very popular makeup type of thing that you see all the time. Guys, I tell you what, I am not going to promote anything to my viewers that I don't believe in myself. I don't care how much money they offer me. If it is something that I see as getting it as a customer myself, and there's not good treatment, they do you wrong, they're like overcharging you, they're not willing to even make things right and send you the correct colors for your skin and everything. I mean, the whole experience was just absolutely horrible. You will be astounded when you find out what company it is, because it is everywhere, and it about makes me want to puke every time I see somebody promoting them or being sponsored by them, having a brand deal. I'm like, oh wow, oh wow. But they don't have the experience. They're not doing it behind the scenes like I am, and it's because I don't want to accept money to promote a product and then say all this about it to my viewers and not know for sure myself if it's even a reputable company. Meaning, are they going to treat their customers well? Is the product good? What are they going to do about it if it's bad? Now, I have 2 awesome stories, and one of them is Kenzie, and I can't wait to give you the review I have on another one that really, I know for sure they haven't worked out any deals with anyone yet. I stumbled upon them just because of something I was looking for at that time. And because the customer service was so awesome, I bought 7 of them before I'd even tried one on, seen what it looked like. That's how good the customer service was, and I can't wait to do that one and let you guys know about it. But anyways, back to the hair situation here. I am gonna just, I don't like putting heat on my hair. I do straighten it from time to time, but when I have found that ever since I've started using a particular brand, and that's somebody that I went and saw for myself, okay, is this a good product? And after seeing a couple of my favorite YouTubers saying, hey, they sponsored this and use my code, and I just have to say, it's $50 off regardless of whether you have their code or not. It's always $50 off. But anyways, it is a very good product, and I have to wash my hair maybe just 2 times a week now, where before I was washing it every single day. And so then when I straighten it, I use one of their serums to heat protect it, and it looks beautiful for days, you know. And then when it starts getting to the point to where it's like, maybe I should wash it, that's when I pull it back and braid it or do something like that, and I get another 2 days out of it. So really, and blow drying, I can't remember the last time I blow dried my hair. It's probably been years, but I try to protect it as much as possible. So I'm gonna let this just dry out today. Let it just be nice. It's got leave-in conditioner in it, so otherwise I would not be able to do this. Not at all. I wouldn't have been able to even get a comb through it, you know, had I not really conditioned it with that product. And yeah, I can't say what it is right now, sorry, but I want to give those products, those companies that are so great and awesome, the individual great review videos that they deserve. And the ones that I said, oh, heck no, run. It's funny. The name Run is in one of them. Not saying anything else here, but yeah, Run, if they hit you up as a new YouTuber, or they try to hit you up on Instagram. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so you'll see the latter, you'll see the whole compilation later, after I've put the blue on and I've probably had a good trim and whatnot. But guys, I love you, and I'll continue on with the rest of this little video after it's had a little relaxation time. Mwah! Talk to you soon. Hey guys, welcome to the 4th part of this. As you can tell, I've already got started. Instead of giving my hair a 1-day break, it was more like a 3-day break. It's just that taking the old color out just really damages your hair. So I didn't want to put in the color right away, even though the box said I could. So of course, when you have really long hair like I do, you have to buy 2 boxes or you're not going to get the color all the way through your hair. I have a lot of hair here that that first box has not done anything for. And as I said before, I always double glove, so it makes recording a little difficult. So you'll get the highlights anyway. What I always do is apply Vaseline all around your forehead, your ears, your neck, anywhere that color may be. That way, especially if you're doing a funky color like I am, it's not going to stain. As you can see, there's already some hair color up here up at the top. I keep plenty of paper towels close by, but you can, if you have color that runs a little bit and it starts dripping down your forehead, you have paper towels and wipes, and having that Vaseline or generic petroleum jelly, it doesn't matter. I have tons of gloves, so yeah, if those gloves get gross or one gets a tear all of a sudden, and that can happen. Like I said, I don't use the ones that come with the box because this is what you got. They are huge. That is one glove. That is not going to stay on your hands. Another tip that I do is I go ahead and Vaseline up under in here, under the gloves, as you can see, to the elbows. That cape that I used for my daughter the other day, it has finally dried out, so I'm using that. And I have a different chair, so I didn't have to cover as much of my chair as before. So this is where we are in the process, and I'm getting ready to do the second bottle. So yeah, it has this, which is your applicator bottle. I've already removed the top. With this one, it had a little piece on the top that you could take off, but I always cut the tip even more so that it can run through smoother. And then you have the developer part, the actual color cream. Typically it should be closed with aluminum foil, and this one has, if you flip the cap around, a way to puncture it, and that way you can put all of this into the bottle. It's just very, very important that you make that hole big enough, not only so everything can come out of the bottle that you want to use, but also too, you don't want the bottle to explode. You can do that. I've always been very careful. It's never happened, thankfully. I just can't even imagine that happening. But they tell you when you're done with that bottle and squeezing out the last little bit of this stuff that I can, since my hair is so long, try to get everything out of there that I can. Some just squirted out, went on the side of the bottle. Take my glove fingertip. Don't touch the solution at all with fingers and whatnot that are not gloved. A lot of you guys know this. You have colored hair at home. If you haven't, this is my best contribution here of doing a do-it-yourself thing. I go ahead and just close this off, put it in the trash. I have made the hole bigger. And so you've got what was in the bottle plus what you just added in. Once you get the cap on nice and tight, put your finger on top of that hole and shake it up as quickly as you can to get it all mixed. And see, with the first bottle, I never put that cap back on. It's breathing, you know, but I got what I could out of it. So shake, 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 shake. One thing I noticed, you know how I could run my fingers through my hair and everything so nicely, but that was because I conditioned my hair really, really well afterwards. Of course, you know, with each day I went, so I didn't do any more shampoos or coloring. I wanted my hair to go straight to the next process whenever I had a chance to do it. So when you see that, I mean, there's a little bit on the bottle right there. Try to get it as mixed as you can. But what it'll have you do, this one, each one is different. Some will tell you to start up top and go to the ends. Other ones will tell you to leave the ends alone and add that later. My hair has so many different shades to it. Well, let's just show you. Typically what I would do is just squirt it out in lines. But it says massage into your hair, but really don't go all the way down to the scalp. Like I said, my hair has gotten pretty long, and I knew I'd have to have a second bottle. So I am continuing with going to the back. And don't forget that hair you have underneath, unless you're wanting to leave it to where it's not colored, or you're going to end up with some hair underneath that's colored and some that is not. But I try to go ahead and just drag it on through to the ends. When my second oldest son, Noah, was still at home, he was my back mirror, so to say. He would tell me, oh, right here in this area, you've missed a spot, Mom, or, you know. So I don't have him to do that anymore, so I've got this gigantic mirror to sort of be able to see it from the front and the back. And I actually bought that second mirror just for this purpose. But I am trying to work it all the way through to the ends. And as you can see, already it looks like some of this through here hasn't got the hair color. This is when you're really looking. See how easily it is to get it on your skin? But if you have that Vaseline, and let's see. I have a whole roll of paper towels here. I'm going to go ahead. I try to have them ready, but I already used some of them. I'll stick them to the side with the extra gloves. But yeah, because you have that Vaseline there, you can just wipe it. Try to get it as you see it. Yeah, go ahead and get the Vaseline all in your ears. Remove any jewelry. I took off all my rings a couple days ago and haven't put them back on. I removed my earrings, I removed my cross, because, you know, you don't want to mess up your nice necklaces in your rings, earrings. Even if they're pure silver, pure gold, whatever. You just don't want hair color to change it in any kind of way. See how I've got hair color on the top of my ear, but in those certain areas, I know I'll worry about wiping all that in a little bit. The good thing is the Vaseline, like I said, you can use generic. This one's from Family Dollar. It's the same thing. A lot of times it's made by the same company, same manufacturer. I'm really working it in to those side areas. I'll spend a lot of time making sure that it is. See, now I'm actually doing the roots here. I'll spend a lot of extra time on those areas where I can't see it as well. Close to the bottom of the bottle for it to be making that sound. And I'm just really trying to work it all through that hair. I've got another mirror that's beyond the mirror that I'm looking at directly, so that I can see, okay, through here. Needs a little extra work. You can see, a lot of times I will take that top glove off on both sides. See how the color is getting on my wrist? You don't want to have purple or blue arms for a couple of days. That's why I suggest putting the petroleum jelly there too. And I will go ahead and reapply it. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Reapply all around. And reapply on my arms and forearms. So you guys are lucky to just be getting the highlights of this. With this one, it says to leave on after you've got it worked all the way through for 20 to 30 minutes. And you can just sort of look at it from time to time. If it's gotten to, say it says 20 minutes on yours, all of them are different. Look at it at 20 minutes. You can actually take a comb and sort of look at it. It is not, don't freak out, it's not always the color. Say for example, this is blue, it looks more purple. I'm not freaking out. When I used to just do my hair blonde, I mean, I've seen it come out all kinds of colors and it freaks you out, but no, it's just the color that it is when it mixes. You just really don't know. So I'm going behind the ears and then all in the ears with the Vaseline. I mean, I put a lot there because I would much rather buy more Vaseline than spend 3 or 4 days trying to get hair color out of my ears, out from underneath fingernails, or off my arms, you know, whatever. Even, you know, because a lot of times it'll splatter. Put it everywhere. My chin likes to break out a lot, so I put it very thin through there, because just having Vaseline there, just, or eating something. I don't really eat fried foods anymore because I'm gluten intolerant, but I could just be cooking something like fried chicken for my family and my skin would break out just from the oil being in the air. So I'm adding more to underneath here. This covers quite a bit, but I don't count on it to cover. I do have a fan running in here, so I apologize for that white noise, but it is very, very hot. Very, very hot. Okay, this has Vaseline all over it. I'm taking off the top glove, still have the bottom layer. And go ahead and grab another set of gloves. This thing about being a nurse, you always have gloves on hand. And I guess too, a lot of people, because of COVID, have gloves on hand that you normally wouldn't, but yeah, I have them pulled ahead of time. That way I'm less likely to be making a mess and trying to pull gloves, paper towels, baby wipes, whatever are essentials. I am glad that I am just doing one hair color this time. Trying to do more than one by yourself at home is a nightmare. It is just way too much to do with trying to do the foil and keeping it all separated. So yeah, basically I'm just trying to make sure I've got it all worked through, and I have a big toothed comb. Like I said, my hair is very thick and complicated. It always has been. So I have to use something like this. There's no way I'd be able to get through it with a tiny little comb. And this is where too you could start getting hair color all over the place. Make sure your floor, your chair is covered. Anything around you is covered. And I'm just combing through it. And I will be giving it 20. Typically, I go a little bit longer than what it says because I have a good amount of gray hair. And so you have to let it stay on longer. Now, that gray hair may or may not accept the color. It's pretty resilient stuff. It's a whole different animal. Has a different texture, and you know, it may look like, oh yeah, it got colored, and then 3 shampoos later, well, there's that whole gray hair. That's okay. I've accepted that's just part of getting older, and there's, you know, unless you just have a few and you can pull them out with tweezers, you know. But I have way too many, so that's not an option anymore. See how matted my hair gets? And I had it perfectly combed out. But anyways, this is what I'll be doing for the next little bit. And then I will be getting in the shower, rinsing it out with warm water. You rinse it out until you don't see any more hair color, and in my case that takes a while, and yes, you will have that hair color running down your back. I'll be Vaselining my back. Just so, thankfully, I mean, even though we're getting towards the end of May, the weather is just not anywhere near wearing something where you would see hair color, but still I would know it was there. So that's it for now, guys, and I guess you'll see the results. And that means after I have went ahead and rinsed it out, conditioned it, I pretty much let it dry by itself. And for now, I am going to take off a glove, probably take off both gloves so I can turn off the camera. See you real soon. Hi guys, back for the 4th and last installment. This is how it turned out. Now, did you guys not see me pull all that blue completely through my hair? It seems like this is what it took, and around the edges, and then of course down here where it had so much of what had become green. It didn't really color this through here, even though it was just as applied there as it was anywhere else. And I've got some blue through it, and there's still like some of my brown, so yeah, it didn't stay that orangey color or whatever. This is the weirdest outcome I have ever had with a hair color, and I even kept it in an extra 10 minutes. When I got out of the shower, I'm like, I mean, I could see it was darker up here, and then it just looked like streaks of white. Oh my gosh. Let me flip around so you can see the back here. So, I mean, there's some blue through it. But why it did just up here, I don't know. Now, my husband suggested, he said, well, when you put that other stuff in to take out the old color, he goes, you know, maybe it just kept processing and making this more blondish. And I'm like, but it said on the box you could go ahead and color it right after that was done. So that doesn't make any sense to me. Anybody that is a professional hairstylist, colorist, please tell me your theories on this. But yeah, it should have all been like this. Now, I don't mind it like this. It's neat. It's sort of original. Like if I tried to do this, it wouldn't have happened, that is for sure. But there you go. That's that whole process, and I don't know what I'll do next time. When I get my hair trimmed, I'll ask Holly and say, hey, why would this have happened? And I'll, you know, show her the little clips of video of each product I used. But yeah, this is it. So, not what I expected at all. How about you guys? Now, anybody, like I said, that is an expert with hair coloring, you tell me how it came out like this. In a way, it's sort of cool that it's not completely all blue. We've got all kinds of colors going on. It's sort of neat. But yeah, but even like right through here, you can see it's like my natural brown. It didn't take the blue like the other side did. I told you I have weird hair. It'll either take color or sometimes I guess it just rejected the stuff. And I did, like I said, use 2 boxes of it. So that's my get ready with me hair coloring session. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please comment below if you've ever had any strange occurrences after typically having good results with hair coloring at home. I knew this one would be a little bit different with adding that one thing in to take out the old color, but how it turned out is just a huge, huge mystery to me. And yeah, I mean, it's sort of fun. And when I pull it back, and if I braid it and all that, it'll look sort of cool with all the different colors. But that's it, guys. I have no clue. Please tell me below in the comments what you think. If you have any theories, if you know for sure what happened there. I mean, I didn't expect what had not been bleached to be the color on the box, but I did expect it to be at least bluish. If anything, a light blue, which I guess in a way it is in certain areas. I love you guys. God bless you today and all your tomorrows. And if you want me to do more videos like this, please let me know. It's a learning experience for me, for sure. Oh, man. Anyways, at least it's something I can live with, and we'll just leave it at that. Have a great weekend.
Hey, I'm rolling clean off a bean in the drop. Voices in my head, they telling me to stop. Hey, got 20 G's for the keys to the... What do you do when Captain turn your lover to an op? Hey, I'm rolling clean off a bean in the drop. Voices in my